What's going on, dudes? Welcome back to the vault. It's your boy MC. First World War titties. Second review of the evening, and this review will be for The Kingsman. So let's just jump straight into it. This one opens with an introduction to the Duke of Oxford, before he faces a personal tragedy with the death of his wife. Such a fun cast for this one. Ralph Fiennes stars in the main roles as Duke of Oxford. Fiennes is always a powerhouse of acting. He's joined by the likes of Harris Dickinson, a newcomer who holds his own alongside other actors like Gemma Arterton, Digimon Hanzu, Matthew Good, Chloe Buyens, and Daniel Brühl. Definitely butchered some of those names. The standouts for me, though, were certainly Tom Hollander, who played three characters all in one film, and Rhys Ifans, who played a very weird and honestly creepy version of Rasputin. The whole film was brilliantly cast, to be honest. The cast for this one really complemented the cast from the previous two films set in the present day. The story for this one tells of the secret British agency, the Kingsman, and how it came to be formulated. It follows the Duke of Oxford and his son Conrad as they navigate through the First World War. This prequel is just as fun as the previous two films. Nothing will ever come close to the first Kingsman film, but this prequel is surprisingly super enjoyable. This one also has the same kind of absurd humour as the other two films, with a particularly ludicrous scene in which Rasputin heals the injured leg of the Duke by licking it vigorously. There are many scenes that are supposed to elicit a shocked laugh from the audience, and they work really well. The film also holds back no emotional punches. With the death of the Duke's son, the script allows for higher stakes and more narrative avenues to be explored. The action is also pretty similar in terms of the choreography and how it's shot. The action, much like the script, is just a lot of fun and entertaining to watch, especially the fight between the Duke and Rasputin as the latter spins around and around in a form of combat that's almost ballet-like. Just really, really gorgeous to see. We have seen this type of action in the previous films, very stylized, but it doesn't suffer because of that. It's fun and thrilling, and and doesn't disappoint and doesn't suffer. As I said, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Matthew Vaughn returns to direct this third installment, and honestly, I'm glad he came back to do all three. A film like this really benefits when it has the same director, adding the same kind of touches, but also different touches at the same time. Vaughn gives us a funny and action-filled history story, and even though the history isn't 100% accurate, I'm willing to let that slide because it's so enjoyable. I've heard rumours that there'll be a third Kingsman film carrying on the story of Eggsy. I hope Vaughn returns to complete the trilogy started. I'd really, really appreciate that. This film only really didn't really teach me anything. It only really unlocked a new kink in the form of Rasputin licking my thigh. Make of that what you will. There we are, guys. This is my very quick review for The Kingsman. Let's jump to the two most important questions. Question number one, would I recommend this film? I would 100% recommend this film. If you've seen the previous two films, you're not entirely sure on whether or not this one will be enjoyable. I'm here to tell you that it is. It's funny, the action is really great. So yeah, if it's still in a cinema near you, then definitely 100% go watch this film. Spend the money to watch this film. Having said that, on to question number two, does this film belong in the vault? I'll be the first to admit that I was very skeptical about this film going in. I was rather underwhelmed by the trailer, so I wasn't expecting much, but aside from a few issues with the script and story, I enjoyed this film far more than I thought I would. Excusing the very obvious twist, and obviously the secret identity of the bad guy being quite, easy to guess. I really, really enjoyed this film, and at the end it kind of set up a possibility for another one set in World War II. I would thoroughly love for that to become a real thing, like a reality, for that to be a real film, because I really enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. So having said that, there's that little diamond star that's gone off, followed by a from Ralph Fiennes. Yeah, I don't know. There we have it, guys. There's my review for The Kingsman. As always, if you've seen it and you loved it, let me know what you loved down in the comments below. If you've seen it and you hated it, again, let me know what you hated down in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, your pets, your families, your friendly neighbourhood Russian ballet dancers who licks your thigh. Until the next one, peace and love, my dudes.